Hey guys, Ben Taylor here with Raw Motivations. Wanted to come and talk to you again today about the lies that I believe. If you haven't been watching some of these, we've got like 5 different ones that we've talked about so far. So it starts off with the narcissist lies I believe, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that we've already talked about. So the different lies. With these, it wasn't something that I grew up being like, hey, this is a lie. It was something that I grew up in thinking like, hey, this is a truth. This is fact. This is something in my life that I believe. And I didn't realize for years and years and years, I didn't realize the things that I was slowly forming, developing in my mindset weren't based on truth, weren't based on facts, but were just lies. I went through this group, Wake Up Warrior. So Wake Up Warrior Challenge was a 30-day challenge that I went through about 2 years ago. And when I initially went through that experience and that process, started revealing a lot of things in my life that I didn't want to admit. See, I went in thinking I have some lies, but I didn't really think of the fact that I had lies between myself, me, myself, and I, lies between myself and God. And some of those were some of the most pivotal lies that were changing my outlook, my desire, my design of what's going on, my perception of the world and how I was supposed to interact and live in it. And those lies were not lies that I identified. They were just truth. They were just thought. They were just the way it's supposed to be. But those lies ended up constructing and changing and morphing so much that I'm affecting and destroying multiple relationships, multiple friends, multiple people, multiple jobs. And the aspect of me going through this challenge had me on day 30, 29, 30, whatever it was, doing this walk, this hike around a lake where you're supposed to take 7 rocks, and you're supposed to take them, big rocks, not these little pebbles, but like big rocks, take them and put them in your backpack. And get to the place that you've got 7 rocks in your backpack, and those 7 rocks are symbolizing the lies that you have in your life. And as you continue to walk, I continue to walk around this lake, walk through this hike, and the weight of that kept pressing down on my back, and I kept thinking through, what have these cost me? We're not just talking time and money, but like emotions, energy, friends, family, business, relationships, everything's on the table, and the amount that keeps popping up is simply priceless because you can't put a price on the people that I've hurt. You can't put a price or a limit on the people that I've destroyed. And as I'm walking around thinking of those lies, they start coming to me one by one. I didn't even write them down at that point. It was just thinking. And literally catalog 7 different lies in my mind while I'm walking. Then I finally sit down and start writing them out, start doing this process. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. So I hope it's helpful. Stick around. First 4 we talked about. You can check some of them, 7 of them down below. Put them in a playlist or something so you guys can see them. The first one was I can do this on my own. Second one is I am a good person. Third one is I deserve happiness. Fourth one is God is not good enough for me. So the 5th one, I pick up the 5th rock. And the 5th rock is symbolizing a lie. I didn't think of it as a lie. It's symbolizing something that's in my life. A story that I'm telling myself that ultimately is not true. A lie that I was believing. Line number 5. I am committed to Kayla. Now that might seem kind of confusing to some of you because you might be wondering hey, that's a good thing to have. That's a good idea. Well, it would be if it was true. It was a lie. This is coming out of multiple years of being unfaithful to my wife. This is coming out of multiple years of multiple affairs lasting 2 weeks to 6 months to 2 years with another person. And me wanting to justify that, me wanting to change the story, me wanting to say, hey, I'm not that person, I'm a good person, I deserve this, this is what I need. I'm committed to her. I'm still here. The idea that I was still here didn't mean at all that I was committed. Still committed to controlling the situation, to abusing through emotional and mental abuse, through lying, through gaslighting, through manipulating, but I wasn't committed to her growth, to her well-being, to her love, her care, her affection. I was really just committed to myself and the image that I was putting out there. But the lie that I kept believing, I was lying to myself saying, hey, I'm committed to Kayla. It's okay. I've messed up. This must be I must be cursed because I keep having these affairs. It just must be part of my life. But hey, I'm committed to Kayla because I haven't divorced her. I'm still here. A giant lie that I kept believing from time to time. So we're going to look at in the 4 areas: body, being, balance, and business. 4 areas here. I'm committed to Kayla. So the body, the stress, the physical stress kind of in my life, in my body, because my body was not living in congruence. It was living a lie. I knew I wasn't being committed. I knew I wasn't being faithful to her. But the stress and lying to her in myself, to porn, to masturbation, to everything out there, I was like, hey, I'm committed. But I wasn't showing it. I wasn't demonstrating it. I wasn't actioning out that truth. All it was is a lie, a facade, an image that I was putting up for myself to say, hey, I haven't left yet, so I'm still committed. It's part of the lie. In my being, so my relationship with God, thinking that it was okay to love God and to cheat on Kayla. It's a big disconnect there. I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be faithful to my wife, but it's also okay to cheat and to be with someone else, and I can go to church on Sunday and say, thank you, God. It's a big lie. Because I was telling myself in my head, hey, I'm committed because I haven't left, so it's okay. God will forgive me. It's okay. We'll figure this out. But this is what I want. Remember, because God's not good enough, so I have to take it. I deserve it. I'm a good person, and I can do this on my own. So I'm just going to do it. Makes me happy. It's what I want. But hey, I still haven't left yet, so I'm still committed. It's the lie that I was telling myself. For balance, my relationship with her, gave her false hope in our relationship while cheating. The aspect of future faking, the aspect of going to counseling, the aspect of, hey, I'm getting better. Hey, I'm changed. Hey, I'm a good person. And those lies kept coming out saying, hey, I'm committed. Because I'm this way, I'm this person, I'm this image. Isn't it nice? Isn't it pretty? But I'm also this person, the cheater, the one that's in the affairs. And giving my wife false hope about how this relationship's progressing or how this relationship is, while at the same time having these affairs is the cost of that connection between my wife and my daughter. Is the cost between everything that I've done, the hurt that I've caused with multiple people, and the hurt that I've done multiple times to her. The cost. And the last one, number 4, business. Example for others in marriage while living a lie. Being able to have people at work that say, wow, y'all work together really well. We didn't even notice that y'all had a relationship because you guys just function so well in a business environment. You're so professional. I wish I could do that with my spouse. Or counseling people of hey, they're dealing with relationship issues, and we come alongside and be hey, this is how we help. And all these different things that were lies upon lies, but underneath the surface of this one, it was hey, I'm still committed because I'm still here. You might be in a relationship with someone that thinks that thinks, I'm still here, aren't I? So what's the problem? I still provide for you. I still give you food. I still let you live here. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is that's not love. The problem is that's not care. The problem is that's not respect. 9 times out of 10, it's abuse. And the lie that I had, trying to tell myself, the cognitive dissonance of, hey, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to be with my wife, but hey, I haven't left, so I'm still committed, was a lie. And a lie that I believed for a long time. If you're in these type of relationships and you're not sure what to do, or you want to talk, or you want to get guidance, or you want us to work through the lies that you believe, the story, the fable that you're listening to, and you want to talk, click on the link down below. There'll be a link there for you to be able to schedule time with me, and we can talk one-on-one, kind of work through the trauma bond, work through limbo land of detoxing from narcissists, and work on clarity, goals, and vision. To get you to a place where you've grown so far that you look back and you look at the person you used to be, with the abuser, and you can say, hey, I don't even recognize who that was because I've grown so much. And I've worked on myself so much. I don't even have that pull. I don't even have that time. I don't even want to go back to that person. If that's you, I'd love to talk to you. Check out TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Got 1-minute blurbs dropping every single day, just trying to speak truth into people's lives about narcissism, bring about that awareness, healing, growth, change, in all aspects. If you haven't downloaded the Narc app, check that out on the Apple Store or Google Play. It's a great one. Community of people that are like-minded, that are victims, that have been abused, that are out there trying to learn, trying to grow, trying to heal, trying to track their progress and continue moving forward. If you haven't already, check out the podcast. Got Inspire Motivate. That's a subcategory of Raw Motivations podcast. And we've also got Narcissist/Empath, where I'm talking with a friend of mine who is in an abusive relationship, physically, mentally, sexually, narcissistically, everything. Check that out. That's all I got for today. Thanks.